Tonight, a major legal victory for those placed in federal immigration custody here in our area.
More than 7 years ago, the ACLU of San Diego and Imperial counties filed suit against the government, claiming it stripped these immigrants of their due process rights, often detaining them for weeks or even months in conditions.
CBS 8's Richard Allen has more on this settlement as well as some of its limitations.
And this new settlement by a federal judge at this point applies only to San Diego and Imperial counties, although the ACLU says it will continue to battle for immigrants' due process rights nationwide.
Certainly this has been a long, hard fight.
A fight that stretches back to 2017 when the ACLU filed this class action lawsuit against the federal government, challenging systemic and lengthy delays in processing people who've been arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement or Customs and Border Protection.
Because they are incarcerated in this separate system, can't go to work, can't support their families, and of course their children and spouses are suffering.
Case in point, the suit's plaintiff, Jose Cancino Castellar, who was 18 when he spent more than a month in ICE detention.
Weeks passed and nothing happened. He was scared. He didn't know what was going to happen to him, if he was going to ever see his little brother and sister again.
Lead counsel Bartis Vakili says the due process rights guaranteed under the Constitution to detainees, including the right to be seen by a judge promptly, must also be extended to immigrants placed in immigration custody.
They can't just disappear you into custody. They need to take you to a judge so you can understand your rights, so you can understand what you have to do to get out.
Under the terms of this settlement, immigration agencies must provide written notice in multiple languages, informing detainees of their right to a prompt first court appearance. That first appearance must take place within 11 days of entering ICE custody. For those arrested by Border Patrol, they'll be processed out of Border Patrol custody within 3 days, either to ICE custody or released.
This settlement is a step, I think, in the right direction to ensuring the due process applies equally.
This settlement does not apply to unaccompanied minors or those who've already been ordered to be deported. Also, there are limitations for newly arrived immigrants seeking asylum.
They're not in our class until they pass that initial credible fear screening, get put into an actual immigration case, and once that happens, then they enjoy the benefit of our case, which is that they'll be notified of their right to a prompt hearing, and if they want one, then they'll get one.
Now, this settlement was approved by a federal judge for 3 years, although the ACLU is hopeful that by the end of that time, the federal government will adopt it on a permanent basis.